Again, welcome. I'm in beautiful BC watching the sunrise, and it really is amazing watching the sun over the mountains. If you never, I hope everybody gets a chance one day to experience that. It is awesome. Well, to the business at hand, VB, Banner's Broker, and an awesome, amazing company. Banner's Broker is a revolutionary way to earn revenue online. John Paul Getty, back in 1947, he was one of the richest men in the world, and he said, "You will never get rich working for someone else." To me, 2013, that is still true. Working for someone else can't get you rich. I mean, everybody, I hope, understands what the word job really means. Just over broke. No longer is there really any safety or security out there. Look at Research in Motion, RIM, the makers of BlackBerry. They laid off over 5,000 employees. Now, Link Resources is a group down in the States, and they said more than 29 million people run part-time or full-time businesses from their home. That's an amazing amount of people. They hope they all know something we don't. That's where the jobs are. Over the past decade, the Fortune 500 companies have laid off over 4.4 million workers. I mean, how many of you out there have worked for one of those companies, the top Fortune 500? And your friends, other people you know, how many times have you been laid off? A lot of them may still be laid off. With that, Soho has come into being, small office, home office. It is the future out there. A new home-based business opens every 10 seconds in the USA. 9,000 of them every single day. In the 14 years, home-based businesses have grown from 6 million to 32 million. That's almost the population of Canada. That's how many of them have grown. In Soho, the industry is now one of the world's largest employers. So people working from home and generating things for themselves is a huge industry. To that end, in this day and age, companies really do need to be very innovative, very original, creative, and daring. Companies definitely need to pioneer into new trillion-dollar industries. And that's one thing that Banner's Brokers has done. The internet is truly a trillion-dollar industry. When you look at all of the e-commerce, banking, purchases, there's so many things that every one of us does now online. It's just amazing. So it's definitely a trillion-dollar industry. Let's take a quick look at some of the figures and what it means. Look at Facebook, 1.1 million users, or billion users. Twitter accounts, 500 million. Tweets per day, 500 million tweets per day. That's how often people are using this particular avenue and venue to get messages out there. All this stuff about that runner, Pastorius in England, and what happened there, and it is a tragedy, but the tweets per day jumped like crazy that day. And anytime anything happens in the world, tweets, Facebook, all of them, everybody puts stuff out there when anything happens. Social networking accounts. There's 2.4 billion social networking accounts. Web pages, 630 million web pages. That's an amazing number. Web pages is 13 billion. So from 360 million websites, 13 billion web pages are produced. That's one book I really going to have to spend the rest of my life trying to read. Share for the internet population growth from 07 to 12. That's 1.1 billion new internet users that have just been added in the last 5 years. And the numbers absolutely do keep growing. There's over 2.1 billion internet users. And when you consider that there's 7 billion people on the planet, that's less than that's about a third, let's say. of people that are currently on the internet. Asia, 922 million. Europe, 476 million. China, 485 million. And with their population, you know that's not a lot of people for China. So they've got a long way to go to get their internet spread throughout their country. And 45% of all those users are under the age of 25. And they're looking at the websites out there and companies, and they're looking at advertising. They do the shopping online. They do their purchases. They look and see what's out there instead of driving around. What's really also very unique about this stat is that 55% of the people that are using the internet are over the age of 25. Now, those are people who are looking for security for their families and making sure that there is a future. They have something. They have some place to go and something that they can do and build on. So what's really cool is that we cover both ends of the gamut. The people that are over 25 that are looking for things today, the people that are under 25 who will be the rest of us at some point and will be looking for the exact same thing in the future. So we have lots of room for growth. Online advertising is a $500 billion a year industry. And it will grow to $1 trillion within the next 5 years. So let's see who built it. Google, 97% of the revenue from advertising. I'm wondering, has any of you ever paid to do a Google search? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. But they still came up with $37.3 billion just in advertising. Facebook, same thing. We all got free accounts. We use them. We share all our stuff online and share with our friends and family. We never paid for any of it, but there's still $4.2 billion in advertising revenue. Twitter, they've come into their own over the last few years. 89% of the revenue from advertising. How many of you do Twitter and have tweets daily? $288 million worth of advertising from that. LinkedIn, one of the newest to get in the game. 25% of their revenue is from advertising, or $153 million. Those numbers are staggering. And BB has found a way to take advantage of that. For me, any one of those, 1% of 1%, I can retire happy. And that leaves plenty for the rest of you guys out there to have some fun too. Now, Banner's Broker is forging a brand new revolutionary partnership. And we developed an exciting opening that's really never been identified before. We created the plan, and with anything new, you have to present it. You have to put it out there. So we present the plan again and again. One of the major brokers finally said yes. Banner's Broker was born in October of 2010. Now, what is Banner's Broker? Banner's Broker is an online ad space broker, and we're creating a brand new way to earn that revenue online. Our products are ad impressions and ad inventory. So what do? We rent advertising space, just the space. We have the ability to generate increased traffic, and we generate advertising revenues through that space. The broker shares that revenue with us, and we in turn end up sharing it with you. Now, advertising isn't new. As you can see, cave drawings have been around for years, and that's just another form of advertising, really. They said, this is who we are, this is what we did. They told a really nice story, and it was either, if you step inside our cave, this is our cave, and we will deal with that. Or, it said, we're friendly, we're good, come on in, have supper. So advertising has been out there for years and been interpreted any way people want it to. So we've quite literally gone from rock to print to digital. In other words, we jumped from Fred Flintstones to the Jetsons, with stops with the newspaper, radio, and TV all in between. And all of those things are now available in the digital format on your laptop or computer. You can read the newspaper. You can listen to your favorite radio station. You can download your favorite music. You can watch your movies and your TV shows. Everything is now available on digital. It's amazing how powerful that tool has become. The internet has changed so much over the years that social media has become predominant. And social media has made the general public much more accessible to advertisers, thereby driving viral marketing through internet surfers, commonly referred to as traffic. We call it traffic. The 5 biggest traffic creators out there, you know them all. Google, Facebook, YouTube, Yahoo, and one of the ones you may not know is Baidu. That happens to be the Google version, or the version of Google in China. It's the Chinese version of Google. So all these companies, they generate traffic out there. You never see the Yahoo pages the same way twice. Every one of them every day changes. That change helps them drive traffic. These companies stay relevant and on top and always are changing what they have, so they offer the best service and they generate traffic. 100 million traffic visits per hour. In the internet world, traffic translates into dollars and cents. And every time someone clicks on any particular website, there's advertising there. That is generating dollars for someone. So as you can see, at 100 million traffic visits per hour, there's a little bit of money out there that can be generated and revenues that can be made. Banner's Brokers has tapped into that. With Banner's Brokers, you get to earn a piece of that online advertising pie through the multi-million-dollar online industry and our very unique relationship with the world's top brokers. You profit through this globally respected network. What can we do for you? How does this affect you? How is it possible to change your finances? It's pretty simple. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview on how this works and what we do, and you'll be able to see exactly how your finances and your future can be affected. First of all, let's start with the blind network. It is worth over $500 billion a year. And it's called a blind network for a reason, because nobody knows how many or where all the websites are. It's something that they have developed and designed in order to try and keep everyone secure, protected, and there are proprietary reasons for it. Privacy. You want your privacy respected, so do these people. Now they control over 500 million websites. And with that much control, you know advertisers are coming and saying, we want to put our product out there with you. How can you help us? Set up the demographics, set up where and when, the countries and all that, and we'll put the advertising out there. So that's what the blind network does. In order to do that, they need the websites. So publishers have come to them and said, you know what, you can put that advertising on my website so I can monetize my website and I can generate some revenue and keep my website current, going, and growing. And with that, the blind network ends up paying the publisher. So it goes from the advertiser through the blind network to the publisher. Then along came Chris Smith. He started presenting his idea to a number of these publishers, or the blind network people. And there's about 10 of them or so in the world, and you can look this up on Google. You don't have to take my word for it. Do your research, do your homework. Check out everything that is being presented to you. An educated consumer is still our best customer. But eventually, one of them said yes. So with that, we formed a partnership with the Blind Network, and that has today generated well over 300,000 affiliates. So that's an amazing number, and congratulations to all of you that have helped Banner's Brokers grow to this point. So with the Blind Network, we're generating the advertising, or not the advertising, but the space, and the Blind Network helps to generate revenues from the advertiser and then pays the publisher. Well, with us out there generating traffic and stuff, now the Blind Network ends up paying BB. What does BB do? We end up sharing that revenue with the affiliates. So many of you out there have enjoyed some of that revenue, and are enjoying it today. If you happen to bring in some advertisers, they will filter through our network all the way into the blind network, and they can start having some of their advertising go on the blind network as well. We also help publishers. The affiliate gets to generate a little bit of income from that as well. What's amazing is that one of the other blind networks finally saw what we were doing, and they said, you know what, we want to partner up. What you're doing is amazing, it's awesome. We want to make sure that we can take part of that. So we are, and we've been marrying up our software with their software for the past number of months, because it is an arduous duty. Programming is trying to make sure that all the ones and zeros go in the right place so that everything can talk to everything else and do it smoothly and securely. So with that, we're hoping to grow to at least 1 million people by the end of next year, and maybe even by the end of this year. And that's all thanks to you guys out there and the people that you've showed this to, and all the new affiliates. I really congratulate you for helping us grow not only a great business in Banner's Brokers, but a great business for yourselves. So as an affiliate, you're able to financially benefit as both an advertiser and a publisher. You know what, even though you might not have a personal website to promote. Therefore, as an affiliate, you still become an owner of an advertiser and a website owner, totally enabling you to earn from both sides of that advertising industry. If you refer advertisers to Banner's broker, you know what? As their broker of choice, you receive 10% of that advertising budget every month. Website owners, if you refer the website owners, you'll receive 10% of that income for lending their internet presence onto which advertisements can be placed. As an affiliate, you can invite friends and relatives to become affiliates of Banner's Brokers and receive benefits from that business that they generate. If you do not have a personal product to promote or a website, you can promote Banner's Brokers and derive additional income. So we've tried to cover all the points of what you need to make something happen here with your BB account. We have a complete marketing and support system, and we're helping you to build a viable long-term business. 24-hour live support available Sunday through Friday. And we have some very hard-working, dedicated people on 3 different shifts that are working very hard to make sure that they can get all your questions and answered, and get all of any issues that you have taken care of. We do give them Saturday off. They do need to recharge their batteries as well, and spend some family time just like you guys do. We do have total tools and learning. When you consider how much revenue has been generated, and we are in 172 different countries with well over 300,000 affiliates, our executive team pretty much does know what they're doing. We do offer workshops, and there's a lot of times there is only standing room. We offer webinars, questions and answers. We even put them all in the back office so that you can hear them again and again and make sure that you don't miss anything and that you have all the information that you need. Even this webinar will be in the back office. So please have a look at recorded webinars, and maybe you'll get a lot of the answers that you need. They're back there. We also do conventions. We're having a major convention in Niagara Falls in July, 26, 7, and 8. We want you guys to be there. Rub shoulders with some of the people that have really built their business to some phenomenal amounts, and they're willing to share. They're willing to help. They don't hide in a corner. They're actually out there and more than willing to speak to anyone and help anyone. Anticipated and generated revenue. Banner's Brokers owns that ad inventory. Banner's Brokers purchases that ad inventory at a discount. That inventory is rented to affiliates for a period of time. And affiliates generate the traffic to fill that inventory. And your income is completely dependent on how much inventory you purchase and the number of campaigns that you are running. So it's all based on you and what you do. There are multiple packages that you can choose from, and there is a new one. It's worth, I believe, $72.90. It's called the Prestige package. So it starts at $25, and now we go all the way to $72.90 for the new Prestige package. Just as an example, let's use the $415 package. There is an anticipated revenue of up to $800. The time frame for completion, though, it does depend on the success of your campaign in which you do. It's not very expensive. Purchase the package you need. You get some free impressions if you sign up for free, and signing up for free is very easy. We'll go over that in a moment. You get to enjoy all the webinars, all the training, the workshops, everything that's in the back office is yours to try for free. Here's how you do sign up for free. First off, the person that invited you has a username. For example, here we're using Sally Cox, but it's simply punch in bannersbroker.com / the person's username. Then right here is the sign me up button, the nice little yellow and black one here. If you click on that button, magic happens. You go to this page. Your username is already filled in. You simply do the same thing you've done many other times on the internet, filling out applications or ordering magazines or whatever it is you do. It's all a very similar function. First name, last name, username, password, confirm password, email, and a phone number. Nothing out of the ordinary. From there, we'll get you started with advertiser. Create a free campaign, and it goes into the blind network. Your campaign will be shown on a large network with many different options for getting your ad seen by your targeted demographics. However, you will not be able to select the specific sites you will be advertising on. If you guys can picture a magazine in your hand and look at the inside and the outside cover, front and back, that's where Google and Facebook, and that's prime real estate in the advertising world. That is top-notch, expensive place to put your advertising. And some people do it. For many others, that's a very expensive, and it's expense they don't want to incur. So what do? They go to the blind network. That's all the inside pages of that magazine. They can't tell you where your ad is. They can only tell you that they put it in their magazine. It's going to be up to you to find it. And how many times have you sat and looked at a magazine and seen all the advertising that's in there? Well, this is exactly the same way on the internet. You have to try and find that advertising. And when there's 630 million websites out there, 500 million of them controlled by the blind networks, it's going to be a little tough to exactly pinpoint exactly where your ad is, because anytime someone ends up seeing that ad, it may move to another web page. So there's no way to pinpoint where that advertising is going, but you know it's out there. Your panels are moving, things are working, it is out there. That's the best way for me to describe how that blind network works and functions. But you simply put in your campaign name, and for us, you target your campaign. Contextually targeting is merely picking a spot where you want your ad to go. So from web promotion to design, computer, social, business, commerce, entertainment, health, and wellness. We've chosen health and wellness for our demonstration. You can also see over here there's a number of subcategories, and each one of our categories has a number of subcategories, so you know where it's going. Allocate your number of impressions. You do have an impressions bank here. If you're a free member, you only have 1,000. If you have a subscription, then you'll notice here how many there are actually in your impressions bank. Then you put in your URL. In this case, we're doing bannersbrokers.com / Sally Cox. So that's going to go to her website on Banners Broker. But if you have your own product or service that you'd like to promote, put that URL in that spot, and then you're advertising your own product or service. You don't have to do a Banners Broker website. You can do your own. You can run up to 3 campaigns at any given time. Once you've done that, then you can choose how big a demographic you want. You can geo-target your audience. You might have a product that is local. Target the city. You may have a product that is worth national something. So you advertise it nationally or internationally. The choice is yours. It's your advertising. You put your BB account up there, you can advertise it internationally as well. From there, Banners Brokers provides 10 different kinds of banners. They're in the back office. You simply download them onto your computer, and then when you're setting up your campaign, you simply choose the one you want and upload it back into our space. If you have your own product or service, you can have your own banner made or make your own banner. Please respect the sizes that we have in our back office. You simply upload that banner, and as that banner goes out there, it's connected to your website, so you can generate traffic to your website and generate some business and revenue from all of that. From there, we do have the tools to track the success of your campaign. The name of your campaign, how many impressions you're using, how many you actually allocated for it, whether it's active or not, and the different settings. You can change them at any time if you feel something isn't working. They are out there, they are in the network, they are being seen, but if you aren't getting the results you want, maybe changing the banner is what needs to happen. And then you can view a report. Nike spends millions upon millions upon millions trying to reach 2% in their report. Before they put out any kind of advertising, they want to reach a 2% level. So if we're running anywhere between 1/4 and 3/4% on our advertising scale there, we're doing quite well. And the reason I say that, even though that number seems kind of minuscule, let's take a quick look at what we've done in advertising over the years. How much advertising have you viewed in your life? How many pages of newspapers, magazines, excuse me, or flyers? How many radio ads have you listened to? How many TV spots have you seen? How much other advertising and billboards and everything else that is out there have you witnessed and noticed and looked at? Now, ask yourself, has any of them ever actually made me jump up out of my chair and go and buy a product? If they have, it's got to be either we really needed it or it was an absolutely amazing deal and an amazing advertising. So when you think about it, that when you range between 1/4 and 3/4% as a good ratio from impressions to hits, you know what? That's a pretty good campaign. And you understand why, because the internet really isn't any different. This is your own business. You have to treat it as such and learn everything that there is to know about this business and work it, and it can be an extremely gratifying experience for everyone. Now, there's a little disclaimer at the bottom I'm going to read. Banners Broker International and its affiliate companies do not guarantee the income of any persons or entities participating in the program. Incomes are earned and will be direct proportion to the amount of time and effort put forth by participants. The typical income of a typical affiliate is approximately $39.58 per month or $475 per year. And testimonies regarding income are the personal testimonies of the persons giving them. Such testimonies are not sanctioned by Banners Brokers International, and their accuracy is not guaranteed by Banners Brokers International. So please, become a Banners Brokers affiliate now. Become part of this amazing opportunity. This is a business. Treat it as such. It will be terrific for you, and you can earn a lot of that extra revenue online.